Te hablo desde la prisión, Wilson Manyoma, Orgona.
En vivo,
Man, Mastodon episode 116. If you don't find 115, it's because the YouTube CCP has taken us down for whatever reason. I guess, we know what the reason was.
well, we don't know. They didn't tell us, but we're assuming.
We're assuming, yeah. We're assuming it's because we played a video that every other news outlet played on YouTube already.
Yeah, but for some reason, the wrong people played it this time.
Yeah. I wonder if it's because we kept running it back like a fun flex drop.
I think it's because we're Latino. That's what it is.
Maybe is that what it is?
We're like, it's because we're Latinx.
It's because
It's because we're Latinx that
it's
they
not
took it
easy
down.
being brown nowadays.
Yo, it's really not, especially not this shade.
Not when you're that fucking mocha right
Not when
there.
you-
You're like a nice latte. Are you kidding
Yo,
me?
come on, son. I needed some steamed milk.
Yeah,
Mommy.
that's half and half for sure.
Yo, you already know,
That
bro.
shit is
Come on, son.
thick.
Come on, son. Come on, son.
So what's up, man?
Ain't shit. Tell me, bro. My ankle's getting better.
I'm very happy to hear that.
My ankle's getting better a little bit, a little at a time. A little at a time is getting, I got my full. Look at this. Look at me stunting with the
You
pronation.
got good movement.
You already know what time it is.
Now that we're doing this, and for the people who don't know, yes, this is a Tuesday episode. Yes, we're doing Tuesday episodes. We're doing 1 day a week for now. We will be back to 2 days a week at one point, but for right now, we're 1 day a week every Tuesday, which is essentially just going to give us more content to talk about. But now that we're away from the podcast for a week, I feel like there's like so much more shit to catch up on
Yeah.
when we actually do get on.
There's
What's
a
so
lot.
funny?
One of the things I got to catch up on the chat. So Spaz, tell us, hey, back to making your audience deaf. Nice. What happened? The transition from the.
Yeah, I definitely had it cranked up a little bit. You know what's funny is I had it a little bit like 2 notches higher than I normally do, and I was like, all right, let's see if I get away with this.
Yeah, nah, clearly it's a tough crowd.
Yeah.
Spaz is like, nah, bro, you see this kind of thing where I like put these headphones on when I listen to the podcast, and now I feel like I'm in a Jackie Chan movie because I'm moving my lips in the mirror and I can't hear shit.
I 100% believe that like people will listen to like the intro music and wait for us to come on, and then that shit just smacks and scares the fuck out of you when it
Yeah.
comes on. It's like you get teleported into a fucking quinceañera.
Yeah.
It's like one thing you know, you're on the fucking playground shooting the shit, and all of a sudden,
Turn that down.
all of a sudden, you're in a fucking quinceañera.
That's exactly what happened, he said. And damn, Saeed said lucky he missed out. Well, we're glad to. Our goal is not to make our listeners deaf. We or else you wouldn't be listeners anymore.
Yeah.
You got to be able to listen to be a listener.
That's it, yo. And we were just watching something honestly before we went live that you showed me a guy. You know those, for the people in the audience, the people who do like the trick shots with like ping pong balls or trick shots with like basketballs, and you see a 5-second clip where this person shoots this incredible shot, but what you don't see sometimes is like the thousands of shots these guys take. And me and Justin were just watching somebody live streaming doing it with like ping pong balls, and he's just throwing one after another. And in my head, I'm like, man, we'll fucking watch anything.
I'll tell you what, it's very intriguing I'm sure if you actually get to see when it hits, like when they actually get it. But what I can't help but think about is that guy's wife in the house. Because I'm sure he'd be getting shit if he was playing video games. I'm sure he's still getting shit, even though he's getting paid for doing that. He's like, honey, there's 40,000 people watching this live stream right now. I paid for the mortgage by doing this ping pong shit. That's the ultimate revenge. It's like, let me do what I want. No, you're lazy. Get a job. It's like, now what? Bing.
Yeah.
Bing. Now what, bitch? I'm getting paid.
Yo,
Bing.
that's the crazy
Bing.
part. Can you imagine before he was getting paid?
Oh
When
my
he
God.
was just doing it? When he was doing it for the love of the sport?
He didn't have her. She wasn't there.
No,
they met after.
If you're a fucking trick shotter or something like that, you got to get one before you pop.
Yeah, you got to get one. Or way after. You either got to
Yeah.
get one before you pop, and she's there like getting the rebounds. She's there like cleaning up all the ping pong balls, like
Yeah.
those carts at Top Golf.
Yeah, I wanted her to suck
You
them up
know?
without her hands. You know what I'm saying? Hand free. I wanted her to run around the house like a Hoover, pulling those things up. Is that gross?
No, that's when you know she's committed.
Yeah.
That's when you know everybody in the room is committed to the task at hand.
People in Colombia pay twice as much for those shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, in Thailand, you get them cheap. They're actually a little too often.
Yo, speaking about gross misogyny, why is the world coming after Andrew Tate? Why can't you know what? One of the things, and I was talking to a friend of mine at work today. Shout out to him, you know who you are, about how, and we've talked about cancel culture before, and I've always been on the side, I've always kind of been on the, on the side of like, well, certain stuff is dangerous on social media or on TV. You don't want to incite like, certain kind of behavior or like amplify certain things. But it seems like we're going like over the line where now people want to remove things because they don't agree with it. Like, if you don't agree with Andrew Tate, why don't you just not watch him and stop fucking talking about him? And then maybe he'll disappear. He'll most certainly disappear off your feed. But if you continue to Google him and like watch his fucking reels or watch this or watch that, he's gonna like, it's just gonna multiply. You can't feed the trolls. I learned this as a child.
Yeah. You can't feed the trolls.
And there's no reason to deplatform somebody because they have a contradicting opinion.
Well, this goes back to my point, because you and I have talked about multiple people that are mainstream and have a decent platform or a really big platform and say something that people lose their minds over. My whole take on it is we need to be careful about letting them eat the ones that we don't care about. Because if once that happens, it comes for everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I know exactly what you mean, because if you came to me and said, yo, Roberto, did you see they're deplatforming all the flat earthers? I'd be like, man, you know what? I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care, right? But if you came to me and said, listen, they're deplatforming all of like the, this game streamers or I'll use one that you might enjoy, the VR streamers, like IRL VR, like people who live a life in VR. Here we go again. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But anyways, if you said that, I'd be like, oh man, that's fucked up. Why can't they stream? Excuse me. So on and so forth. I don't know. I'm of the opinion now that we shouldn't be, trying to cancel people because we don't enjoy their content or we don't agree with it or it's not, our cup of tea. If this guy wants to create, and I don't believe that this is what he's doing, but if he wants to create a world in the manosphere where he believes X is, this is this and that's that, he should be able to do that, and he should be able to gain an audience just like the flat earthers have, just like the people who are agnostic or atheists. Like, there's a section of the internet for them, there's a section of the internet for everybody. Like, why are we the people who get to decide, or why are these and the worst part is, like, the article that me and you seen, it was like a news anchor. It's like, you guys just perpetuate negative fucking news all fucking day to keep people watching, but you're mad because this guy is like pushing a rhetoric that you don't agree with because it's whatever you might say it is.
I'm going to tell you like this. They're saying they're trying to cancel Andrew Tate under grounds that he's dangerous for young men. He's teaching young men to be violent and misogynistic, which is not true. But then they're going on, guess who still has a Twitter? They barred Andrew Tate off of Twitter. You know who still has a Twitter?
Who?
ISIS.
How crazy is that?
ISIS is allowed to have a Twitter. But Andrew Tate's not allowed to have a Twitter because they say he's dangerous. Oh, really?
What? More dangerous than the fucking Taliban?
That's how you know that I just don't believe anything. I swear to God, with the vapes, I'm about to start vaping. You know why? Because they're banning it. And I'm like, if they're banning it, must be good.
Yeah.
I'm at that point. Whatever you're banning, whatever the government or whatever the cancel people want to ban, I want more of it.
It must be magically delicious, and that's why they don't want us to have it.
I want more of it. You want to ban whatever type of content, give me more.
Give me more of it.
You want to ban OnlyFans? I'm subscribing to everyone.
I just feel like, especially with platforms as big as like YouTube, and even Twitter, like, there's enough room for everybody.
Yep.
And there's a ton of stuff that I don't agree with that's on YouTube. I just don't watch it. Yeah. I just don't consume it. There's games I don't like. I don't play them. Like, why can't people just... And when are we going to be able to be intelligent enough to make our own decisions and not blame other people for like poisoning our minds? Like, we should be intelligent enough to not eat Tide Pods, right? No one should have to come out and tell us to not inject bleach into ourselves. Like, We should be smarter than this.
On the contrary, if you're going to go and eat Tide Pods and you're an adult with a normal functioning brain, go eat it.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Eat them.
You know what's crazy?
Eat all the Tide Pods. We don't need no more of you.
Yeah.
Eat them all.
You could eat that shit and then sue them.
Right? What, man, looking all magically delicious?
Yeah.
They're like, how could you make this detergent such an appealing color? It looks like the most juiciest gusher of all time.
Bro, they start planting that fucking thing next to Frosted Flake boxes and talking about the similarities and the orange. This is the same orange as Tony the Tiger. Tide uses the same, number sign 00535 fucking orange as Tony the Tiger. And that's why I fucking ate it. How dare you guys?
See that? Chris is in the chat. Saif says he's imagining their Twitter feed now.
What? ISIS's Twitter feed?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so funny because I totally forgot that they had a Twitter.
Yeah, they have a Twitter, and they're openly recruiting. You didn't see those young women that were flying from London over there?
They had a bunch of baddies?
They were like recruited by ISIS, and they were like, yeah, we're going over there like all rebellious from their parents. And yeah, guess what? They're all gone.
What the fuck you think happened when they landed in the desert?
Yeah, like, wait, ISIS? Go, if you want to really do something that crazy, go join a street gang. You're better off. You're better off than going overseas to a terrorist organization. Good fucking luck. Good luck. So let's see. Chris says, I don't know, man. Tide Pods do look delicious. They do, my friend. I can't lie.
Why do they need to be so like bright and vibrant? Like, why is that necessary?
And the shape.
Yeah, they definitely do that intentionally.
They swirl in the middle. Mm-hmm. It's the same reason why they make the packaging for your dog's toys look all appealing. It's for stupid humans.
Yeah.
You think my dog...
the dog can't even see that color.
Yeah, the dog can't see that color. The dog don't give a shit. Let's see. What's Chad? What's Spaz got to say? I mean, the Tide Pod thing started as a joke. Reminds me of when iPhone... can wirelessly charge in a microwave video.
Dude, that shit
is... Oh, my God.
But, I mean, we got to be smarter than this. I've been scammed. I've been scammed before. I'm not saying I'm the smartest person in the world. I one time thought I was buying the Bowflex, adjustable dumbbell set for $60.
Yeah, it's too good to be true.
Yeah, you know what came in the mail?
A bag of screws.
A purple pair of Ray-Ban glasses.
And I bet you it took a while to come.
Oh, it took months. That's how they got me.
They created a shipping label. Mm-hmm. So what ends up happening there is when you go to dispute, the sale of the item, wherever you bought it, where'd you buy it? Like Amazon, or you bought it on a social media?
Fugazi website.
Yeah, so when you go to their customer service and you try to talk to their customer service department, if they even have one, they'll say that the package has been scanned, just wait for delivery.
Yep.
So they create a label that is associated with this fake ass product that they sold you, and then as long as they ship something at all inside of a 4-week span or something, then you get it, and by the time you try to return it, now it's outside the window of return.
Yep.
So it's just a smart ass scam. Some people just they learn the rules on that on shipping, and they had to capitalize on it.
They got me. But you know what? I learned. I didn't blame them for this. I didn't say, oh my God. Yeah, it's their fucking fault. But I got to take some blame too, right?
Yeah.
How dumb do I have to think that I thought I was going to get a $400 fucking dumbbell set for $70?
Well, something in your head was like, this ain't real, but it is on the internet.
If it is real. But no, it was wrong, and I have to absorb some of that blame myself. So, I mean, we should be policing ourselves in the same way when we see things on the internet. It's like people listen. We love it when people come and they interact in a chat and they come and they listen to us. But the truth is don't take anything we say seriously. Don't take any advice from this show. Don't take anything we say as fucking facts. Because guess what? I'm going to speak for myself when I say this. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time.
Yeah. And if you want to take something that we're talking about as a starting point and go and do your own research, like what we're saying right now about Andrew Tate being, they're chasing Andrew Tate. They're trying to cancel Andrew Tate. Go and look it up. Don't listen to exactly what we're saying and don't cite this on your college paper. Don't cite the Masters in None podcast on your college paper. That's not something to do.
We're worse than Wikipedia.
Yeah, facts, because nobody can actually get in and alter our information. If it's wrong from the jump, it just stays wrong.
It just stays that. We never go back.
Nah. But anyway, it's weird like that, man. And they only cancel certain people. They only cancel certain people, and it always works in one direction. Like, if you look, I don't know if anybody saw recently, Marshawn Lynch just got arrested
Yeah.
for driving intoxicated. And so the car was stopped. The car was off. The keys were out of the ignition. Apparently he got in some accident and then left the scene, something like that. So they run up on him, and there's a whole video of it. And, you know, I'm not going to get into it. You can imagine what it looks like. He's just drunk. The cops are talking to him. They really don't know who he is at first, and they're wondering how this man got this money. You know, they're like, oh, well, how you got this car? Yeah, how you got these gold teeth and stuff? How do you afford this? And it's like, because he, you know, made your salary while he wiped his ass in the locker room.
Yeah, facts.
You know, like per minute, he made your monthly wages, you know?
He got this because you rushed for a couple thousand yards.
Yeah, this was no accident, you know? But then I can't help but think about how Nancy Pelosi's husband was just arrested for driving drunk, not only driving drunk in his Porsche, crashing his Porsche into another person, injuring that person. Both vehicles are totaled, and he went through a fence on a winery property, like a vineyard property. So not only did he damage private property, he totaled 2 vehicles, his and the other person, and injured that person to where they required medical attention in a hospital. There has yet to be a video released of that. And it's known that the police that responded had body cameras, and there's body cam and dash cam footage that the police department in Napa, in California, has it and is cleared to release it
And has
by
it.
law. They can release it, and they haven't.
It's the same reason why they kicked down Trump's door, but when Hillary deletes an email, you know, nothing happens.
Or 30,000 emails.
They didn't. We would talk about this before the podcast too. If the equivalent to that would have been like Trump burning down the house or like burning the documents that he had.
Yeah, like when they got there.
Yeah.
He just starts torching it all. You know, like that. And you know, they also took a whole bunch of shit from the White House when they left.
Who?
Bill and Hillary. Like a whole bunch of like memorabilia and shit from the White House. They stole a whole bunch of shit.
They were just taking paintings off the wall.
They were just like taking shit, like lamps and shit. You know, they were just taking shit.
They took the red phone.
Bro, did they raid their house?
No.
They
Are you
took-
kidding me? That guy got his dick sucked.
Yeah, yeah.
No one's-
Hello?
who's going in his house?
Yeah. They were like, actually, we're better off not going in there.
Yeah.
Lord knows what we'll walk into.
Tom, what's up with this? Tom just sent me a picture of one of these magical changing cups. You ever seen these cups? I don't know what the
kind
reference
of cup?
behind it is. Well, it's like when you put hot liquid in it.
Yeah, my sister got me a mug like that. It was a Bob Ross mug, and it was all black behind him. And then when you put coffee in it, it becomes like a painting. You know, like the trees and shit that he paints? Yeah, we grew up watching that shit. But
I
what
think
is
that
it?
shit's super cool.
Yeah, it's cool. They don't really do well in the dishwasher, so don't put them in the dishwasher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my Bob Ross mug got ruined.
Damn. It's probably because that shit gets so fucking hot.
Yeah, my girl put it in there. Well, actually, I put it in there.
Who turned it on? That's the real culprit. That's how ridiculous it
All right,
sounds.
she
when
did
people
it, but I just didn't want to say it. I don't want to throw her under the bus.
Nah, that's all right.
But it was unintentional. She just wanted me to have a clean mug.
Yeah, it's
It was coming from a
it's
good
all
place.
about intentions.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Came from a good place. You know?
Yeah. It's not like you put your ghee in the dryer.
Oh, wait. Spaz says it was a scam. Look at it.
All right, let's look at it again.
See, this is how he got the first time, Spaz. You see? It's very simple. It's very simple. You could pull the wool over
This
this young
funny
man's eyes.
magic changing mug, heat sensitive, light bulb pattern, ceramic coffee mug. First of all, that's $15. That's 15 Canadian. I don't
Let me
know what
see.
that
Do you
is.
want me to read it?
Yeah, you want to find a scam? Oh, it is a fucking scam. Look at it. It's that exact image. It doesn't change at all. It's that exact image on the mug.
Oh. It's just zoomed in?
Yeah, can we show the camera? Can you?
Yeah. Which camera you
this
want?
one?
You want my camera?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yours. You could tell me when I'm. It's that exact. Dude, remember when the PlayStation 3 came out and motherfuckers were selling the box on eBay? Talk about brand new PlayStation 3 box.
Yeah, and then
And they
people were paying like $250, $300 for it, and
Yeah.
it was just a box.
Yeah, dude. That shit's shitty. That's shitty.
Yeah, that is shitty. But I mean, shit, it was a come up. If you were clear about it, like brand new box, people like in the box, they see what they want to see.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, you got to look at the price. You got to look at the price. You can't be fooled. If it seems too good to be true, it's too good. Like I forget what I was looking at recently. I was looking at something. I think it was mouth guards. I think I was looking at mouth guards, and I went to get one. I was like, man, this one right here is like $2.99 or like $3. I was like, and it's the same one. What the hell? But it was like for toddlers. You know, once I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is little kid shit. I was like, damn. I was like, you see, you can't, you know,
Yeah.
you do got to look a little more. When something looks like it's a crazy price, you got to look a little, look a little
If
further.
it, like you said, if it's too good to be true, most of the time it is. I just bought a new Mario Kart, by a matter of fact.
Saif is asking if we watched the Black Panther teaser. I think you did, right?
Yeah, I did, and we talked about it a few weeks ago. I think it looks sick. First of all, is there a Black Panther book I don't know about? Is there like a fucking?
It comes
like
from a comic.
But okay, that makes sense then. I didn't. I guess I think I did know that, but I didn't know there's a whole like underworld world. Like there's a whole entire like city underground with like other people down there. Like they introduced them in the trailer. The trailer looks sick. I think it was,
In like what? Is it Marvel or DC?
yo.
Saif, is it Marvel or DC?
I should know this. The truth is I don't. But I'm not really into superhero movies. Like
Marvel.
We've talked about this a ton of times, but I'll reiterate it for anybody who didn't hear it the first time. I don't like the fact that they consistently change the characters, the superheroes, like the actors. Movies, from my perspective, I believe that they should be like so immersive that you believe that what's happening is like real, right? Those are the good movies, and especially when you're watching something like a superhero movie, you want to believe that this is like real. But when
But
Peter
you know why
Parker-
they changed? You know why they changed Black Panther?
Well, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, no, I'm not even talking
Oh.
about that. But I'm talking about. I said I'm not into superhero movies in general. That's why I didn't know if it was Marvel or DC or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
And it's did they change it? Did they just delete that character in the movie? What did they do? Anyways, I don't know.
He finished filming the original.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But I wonder what they did for the new one. Regardless, what I want to say is that I don't like it that they change the characters. I don't like that there's 16 different Spider-Mans. I don't like that there's 4 or 5 different Batmans. I don't like that shit. When you get a guy, keep him. If he develops a terrible drug addiction, clean him up, have him shoot the movie, and then leave him onto the streets, put like a tracker in his back. You know that shit they put in salmon to follow them off stream?
Yeah.
Put one of those in that guy's back and just find him when the next movie's ready, get him 3 months in advance, clean him up, have him do the fucking movie, and introduce him back into the fucking wild.
I don't really mind with certain ones. Like it's been a thing with Batman forever. Batman's like James Bond. You know, there's been a different Batman since the inception of Batman.
Yeah, I guess they can't do it with Batman, right? Because the guy would be 90 years old or whatever the case may be.
90 years old. You know how many of them already died? There's been so many Batmans that have died of old age.
But look at all the fucking different Spider-Mans there's been in the past like 6 years.
Yeah, that's true. And
They didn't
also,
have to. They didn't have to. What's his name? Who's the first fucking pendejo that played Spider-Man?
you mean Tobey
Tony.
Maguire?
Yeah, he still looks like he could play Spider-Man. He just was in the last one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it just has to do with these actors also, you know, they gain popularity. They're now known as the character. And then I'm sure that their agents and their management teams are requesting higher pay. They're probably requesting partial rights to the movie. Like, you know how that goes. It's business.
I get it. I understand it. But it's one of the things that turn me off about the movie. And it's one of the things that make it not as immersive as it could be, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. Chris says Tobey Maguire was 20 years ago. Not sure how he's going to play a guy in high school now. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And yeah, but I know it. See, he mentioned, Chris mentioned James Bond also. That's what I mentioned. I love the concept of there being a different James Bond because, you know, it's an agent, first of all. So an agent is always going to, you know, they're going to change in time. But I like to see the different James Bond. I think Daniel Craig is one of the best to ever do it. And I love these rumors that they're talking about that Idris Elba.
I was just going to say his name.
If Idris Elba played James Bond, they better get him. He's getting old. They better catch him. He's getting old. He's DJing a lot. He's got a lot of long nights going on in the clubs. You know, at Club Space. You know, he's got a lot of shit going on.
That
man.
Molly takes years off your life. They better catch him before it's too late.
Yeah, bro. Right now, he's still crushing it out here. He's still like eligible bachelor and all that. Like, you need to get him right now, bro. Like now.
And it's about like character progression too. Tobey Maguire can still play Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man doesn't need his like he's not the fucking Rugrats. He doesn't need to be a child for his whole entire life.
No, but
You know, even you look at character development. Like even you watch Rick and Morty. Like those characters age. They're not the same age as they were when the show started.
what's a cartoon, bro?
I'm just talking about character progression, and I'm just making
Okay,
drawing
even in
the
an
correlation.
animated version,
And even
they
in the-
still age.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. I mean, Spaz is saying here, like, these are little things that are interesting. So let's go to Saif first. Saif, yeah, they're adaptations. They're not considered part of the same universe. They're different versions of the same story. Yeah, I agree. I do get that, but I do think that's partially a cop-out. Like, you could do that with anything.
Yeah.
You could make anything a different. Like, we could do, we could switch seats next week, and I'd be Berto and he'd be Justin, and it'd just be like, well, it's a different, universe. It's the Masters of Noneverse. Like,
You know what that's like? That's like fucking Tex-Mex. That's like Tex-Mex. You go to a Tex-Mex restaurant and be like, man, this doesn't really taste like, this ain't really Mexican. And like, no. This is a Texas interpretation of what Mexican food is.
Yeah.
It's like, motherfucker, this was Mexico at one point. What are you guys saying?
Yeah, but that's if you really go deep into history. I don't know nothing about that.
I'm just saying it's like that's like an interpretation of like what it's about, like what an original thing. Hey, listen, are the movies bad? No, they're not bad. I'm just saying from my perspective, that's one of the things that I don't like about them. And it could just not be for me because some people love Marvel movies, some people love DC movies, and there's a lot of money that goes into them. They're not bad movies.
And Spaz also has a good point here. He says in the chat, when Disney acquired Marvel, Spider-Man was owned by Sony still. That's why the characters differ.
Oh.
So sometimes a lot of it, I think, has to do with business, really. Like, I don't think there's always an intention to change certain things. I think they're forced into changing it, but they still want to go forward with the film.
Yeah.
So things end up having to be different. But
is that like why they changed the aunt in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I don't know, but Viv went super light skinned after a while.
She got light skinned.
She got way different. I was like, they don't even look alike at all. I was like, this ain't. I said, this ain't the Aunt Viv I knew.
When she came through, I was like, who the fuck is this bitch?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, Uncle Phil traded this one in. So Uncle Phil came, he just went and just switched it up. He's like, you know what? He said, you know what? I'm gonna trade this one in, and we're gonna get something new.
We're gonna get a real red bone in here.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little yellow bone something right in here, and we're gonna switch this up. But after a while, you don't care anymore because really, like, what did Aunt Viv do for the show? Not for nothing, I don't want to say anything like bad about Aunt Viv, but when it came to changing any character, change Aunt Viv. Don't change, Rachel. Don't change Ashley. Don't change Carlton. Don't change Jeffrey.
Motherfucker, imagine they changed Will. Because that's what different. They did.
That would be. Oh, you mean in the movies?
In the movies, they should change. Imagine who's another actor that you could think of that they just throw in there. Imagine they just put Martin Lawrence in there.
Yeah, to play Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. That would have been but it would have been such a different character.
Imagine.
Yeah, Martin would have been turning up in that private school, bro. You crazy?
Yeah. It's just, I understand it. I get it. It is what it is, but it's one of the things that kind of turns me off about the movies. But maybe it's just an excuse I'm making because I'm not super into them.
Yeah, that true. I mean,
what is it? Let's hear it.
Chris says, comic book characters are ageless. That's why Bruce Wayne is still in his 30s and he's been Batman since 1939. Yeah, I mean, that's true. It's true. Saif says a lot of Marvel characters that are big now were never theirs. They had to sell was never Marvel's characters. Okay. They had to sell the rights to many characters because they were bankrupt. So a lot of characters were with different companies. Huh. That makes sense. See, again, guys, we're going along with the chat. Saif could be completely feeding me some bullshit, but
we don't know. We're going to take it.
That's the glory about having a podcast that's your own.
Yeah.
And how we just do not subscribe to having any kind of 100% factual material. We're just out here shooting the shit. Just a bunch of friends just talking shit right here.
Shooting shit.
And that's the freedom. But it sounds like it makes some goddamn sense.
Yeah, we might as well have a campfire around us. Or, in between us.
Oh, Spaz, is that true? Viv was difficult to work with and Will Smith wanted her out?
I did hear that. And did you hear about that? About them, about her confronting him years later?
No.
I think she wrote him a letter. Didn't she pass? And they spoke before she passed, and she wrote him a letter or some shit like that. I don't want to get too crazy, but I'm pretty sure that I've heard of an interview. I've seen an interview with Will where he talked about that.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't even know that. I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean that shit happens a lot. What happened to? Didn't that happen to? They said that about the girl Courtney Cox, right, from Friends. About everybody said that she was the bitch.
Who'd you say?
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox from Friends.
The brunette.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I don't know. I mean, that show went on for a lot of seasons.
Yeah.
It could be. I mean, there's a few. I mean, they said it's going on with Sex in the City. That's the reason why Kim Cattrall wasn't back for like the relaunch. She's the one. She was like Samantha, like the hot older single
She's
one,
the slutty one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She was like the Blanche.
Yeah.
Because if you ask me, this is like some new version of Golden Girls.
Okay,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
So she was like the Blanche of the crew, always hot in the pants. You know, and I know my girl was like, and I know the names of the characters. All right, my girl. My girls watched a lot of Sex in the City, and sometimes, you know, you got to watch Sex in the City so that you could, you know,
For research.
for research purposes.
Sex in the City is a fucking huge deal when it comes to like how many eyes they get, how many eyeballs they get to them. When they drop that new shit,
Yeah.
bro.
Yo, but it was so woke. This new one, it was weird.
Is that the one where the guy dies?
I think he died in the
Yeah,
show
heart
or in the
attack,
movie.
right?
Yeah. Well, which makes sense. He was a middle-aged, like high-level, successful, like Wall Street trader businessman.
Yeah, I think he died
Yeah.
on a Peloton or some shit.
Yeah, something like that.
What the fuck was I gonna say?
About how woke the new version is?
No, I don't remember what I was gonna say. It was gonna be totally different. I was gonna veer us off into that new show on Netflix. Have you seen? There's like a couple new shows or movies, new shows and movies. Have you seen the Jamie Foxx Vampire Slayer movie?
Yes,
thing?
just watched it. I thought it was great. Thought it was great.
What's it called?
It's called Day Shift. Thought it was great.
He's like Blade, right?
Bro, did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Bro,
I started it and it was like too late. I like fell asleep. I watched like 10 minutes of it.
I'm going to tell you what it is. When I tell you this, you're not going to be able to unsee it. It's a vampire, semi-serious training day.
Oh, okay.
He has a certain amount of time to get a certain amount of money to stop his ex-wife, from moving away with their daughter. So he's got 24 hours.
Yeah, this is cranked. This is cranked all over again.
You know, just like training day, he had to get the money by midnight to the Russians. Mm-hmm. And so he's got this. They end up putting a union rep with him because there's like a union for the Vampire Slayers, right? There's like, so he got kicked out of the union. So now he's in the union, right? He's trying to get back into the union because they give the most money for the fangs.
Yeah, of course.
He's like a poacher, and he he takes the fangs and he sells them. And he's like, this is the way I could come up with this money real quick. I need to get the most fangs possible. And the union pays the highest amount. He's going on the underground circuit and they're not giving him enough money for the fangs. So he's like, fuck, man, I got to go back to the union. They kicked me out, so that's what it is. And then they pair him with a union rep to watch his behavior because he's so crazy. And it's James Franco's brother.
Oh, okay. I know exactly who you're talking
So
about.
he's like
Mark Franco or whatever. What's his name?
Whatever. I don't know his name.
We'll
but
call him Bobby Franco.
He's James Franco's little brother.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And he is with him, like tagging along with him. And it's just like them driving through like LA and shit. And he's just talking the whole time like, see that over there? What kind of vampire is that over there? He's like, yeah. That's what you think it is? It's like kind of this Training Day vibe. Like it's like Ethan Hawke and
Was it a good
Denzel.
movie?
I thought it was good. There was some Jamie Foxx. There was a little bit of weird shit from here and there, but it was fun. It was all around fun and entertaining. There was awesome action. The action was fire. He just runs around with this sawed-off shotgun, just ripping shit. Like it's like, yeah, it was like unbelievably entertaining. That's what I thought.
So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I have to see it. Did you watch the new series about the Sandman? It's called The Sandman.
No, I did not, but it's I read it and I have to watch it on my own. I tried to get that going the other night and my girl was like, "Really? This looks like some kind of like dark like underworld like type of shit."
My girl didn't want to watch it either, but we put it on and she actually enjoyed it. Actually, 20 minutes into it, she goes, "I don't think you're going to like this, but I love it, so let's keep watching it."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Wait, I definitely want to check that out. So Sandman is on my list, and also The Gray Man is on my list. It's a movie that has
People like liver cancer.
Ryan Gosling, which is the guy from The Notebook. You know that guy? He plays, and he's also from Driver.
Okay.
He is I love these kind of movies. He's an ex-CIA agent that's been like laying low, and then they come for him, like some Jason Bourne type of shit.
I think I watched this trailer.
You know, I really want to see that because I love that kind of shit. I'm all about ex-CIA chopping wood in a log cabin off somewhere, and then the government wants to come and fuck around again. And he's like, you know, like they're like, oh, we found him, and he's like, oh, now I gotta like that John Wick shit.
That's that Bourne
like,
shit.
all right, like now I gotta dig up my guns that I stashed away, and I gotta bring out my old life, and now you're all gonna die. Like I love that shit.
Yeah, that's legit like Jason Bourne. Did you like the Bourne? I don't know if it's a trilogy or how.
Yes, it's incredible. I love the Bourne series. I had said that before. It was like Bourne. You said it now, and Spaz says it too. It's incredible. I love the Jason Bourne series. I think that's some of the most realistic hand-to-hand fighting that I've ever seen, and I was shocked that it was Matt Damon that was able to pull that off, because in a lot of movies, the hand-to-hand combat is like either corny, unrealistic, too effective, because sometimes it's way too effective. I'm like, that punch is not going to sleep that guy. It's like, you know, but this was real. Like when he had the towel, and it's like sometimes the punches like don't really hurt the guy. They just give him a little space for him to like really launch an attack. It was just so real. And then the cinematography and the way they shot it was great. And some of the scenes, there's no music when they're fighting, which you hear everything. Like when he's fighting that dude in the bathroom, we like sticks him with the pen a bunch of times, and then he's strangling him with the shirt, with the fucking towel, the hand towel.
I haven't even watched it in so long, bro.
That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy.
I didn't watch the new Top Gun, but I'm supposed to watch it like any day now.
Yeah, I want to see. I'd like to see the new Top Gun. The old Top Gun was so lit, bro. That shit is the soundtrack from that fucking movie alone was fire.
What do you think about the movies? Are you going to be going back to the movies? Are you currently going back to the movies? I hear like these ridiculous promotions they're doing, like $40 and like you get unlimited movies, all like $40 a month or something like that. You get unlimited movies. Like they're doing these
unlimited movies where? In the theater? Oh, I would absolutely do that. $40 and you get unlimited.
I don't know what the deal is, but Regal's doing some kind of crazy deal where you could get like, you essentially like pay one fee and you could watch like movies the whole month or the whole summer or something like that.
I love the movies. I'll always be a movie goer. That's something that the act of going to the movies, to me, it's just nostalgic to me, and I enjoy that that's all you're doing. There's no distractions. Like you're a captive audience. You're sitting there. You can't go anywhere, and all you have to do is watch the movie. That's like your only task, and it makes the experience more enjoyable. Plus, I'm an audio guy. I love sound, and I love like big subs on the fucking walls and shit like that. I'm into that.
Now that you put it like that, I will agree with you that I do love the experience of going to the movies. I felt like the one thing that you couldn't get at home, because let's be honest, like now with the sound systems that people have at their houses, like you can make maybe not a comparable, you can have a very good sound system at home, and you know,
but I don't have one.
No, I'm saying that somebody could have one, right?
Yeah, somebody could, but I mean, you know, when I buy my house, yeah, I'm gonna have that. But that's something that I'm going to have, a small size theater in my own house, like maybe one bedroom or part of the basement, something like that. I would love to turn that into a screening room. And I'll probably just watch fights all fucking day. I don't know who I'm kidding. Oh, I'm going to watch movies. No, it's going to be jiu-jitsu tournaments and just dudes.
The funniest part is like that's
flow grappling like all day.
That's the shit that sounds the worst on surround sound. Like I bought this fucking surround sound for my house. And watching movies is nice, but watching fights suck. Like, you know, because that shit ain't designed to be fucking set. Like, you know, that's not, you're not getting that 7.1 out of that shit.
Yeah, now it's even deeper than that 7.1 now. In the movies, bro, that's like, in the movies, like they have like a fucking 18.4, like, because the point is like the subs. Mm-hmm. So there's like multiple massive subs in those places. Plus you have all these speakers and everything.
Now they're doing it's a lot more, and I'll get back to what I was saying about going to the movies, but now they're doing a lot more of like a personalized experience. You know, the reclining chairs, the menu. They have like one of my friends was telling me he went to a movie theater the other day, had like a little tablet, and you could like order food to your chair. Things like that. Having a bar upstairs or whatever, like, you know, it's a little more personalized. It's not just like, it's more of an experience. But I don't know. I thought I liked the movies a lot more before the Schmamic, but now that I haven't been there, I feel like I'm not really missing out. Like when Top Gun came out, I wasn't really going crazy to hit the movie theater. me and you watched Spider-Man, but that was kind of like a fling, you know? Like, I haven't found myself saying, like, oh my God, I have to go see this movie in the theaters.
But it was a good time. I'll tell you what. I wouldn't have watched that shit movie anywhere else because that new Spider-Man was booty. That shit was
Justin
trash.
hated it. I wasn't a huge fan of it either.
I feel like it was such a cheap way to bring all the comic book characters together. It was almost like a dream sequence. I hate when people use dream sequences to evoke false emotions in me. I hate that. Don't sit there and kill off the main character and then, whoa, it was a dream sequence. Don't do that. Don't waste a whole episode with some trippy dream sequence that means nothing. I hate that.
Yeah.
So I feel the same way with that thing. It's like, oh, just like a rip in the time continuum from like, just like fucking, Doctor Strange was just like jerking off too fast. And he ended up opening a vortex that then brought all the Spider-Mans and the villains into the same realm. I'm like, this shit is terrible.
Yeah, shit could happen. Doctor Strange definitely gets jerked off. He doesn't jerk himself off. What do you got in the chat?
Now they're just talking about, I agree. Saif says it's a much more immersive experience than a streaming service when you're in the movie theater.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's much better. My girl and I went to, I forget what the hell we watched, but we went probably months ago, I'm talking, but the seats were better. People weren't crowded on you. There was like a little table and stuff. It was a much better experience than like, they used to have like Shea Stadium seats.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting there like fucking uncomfortable.
It was like a bleacher.
Shit. Yeah, but it's like airplane seats. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? You can't even recline.
No, it's much more comfortable now. Although I still rather they have the popcorn. I'll give them the popcorn, the snacks, all that stuff. The darkness. They have it is not a bad experience, but I don't know. I like watching movies at my house. It could be because like I made sure that I was like, I want to get a good surround sound. I want to like invest in this. I want to make this a good experience for myself. So that way when I'm at home watching movies, like I'll enjoy it. Like I find myself looking for like when movies used to get released, and like when movies were getting released on HBO, like I was so excited because I was like, oh wow, this movie has like the Dolby Atmos, like surround sound. I guess I don't know what it is, if it's a fucking codex or whatever it is, or codec, whatever it is, but or it's in this this show's in 4K, or this show's in this and show's in that. Like I'll be like, now finally I get to use my TV or my surround sound or whatever the case may be.
Here's my question for you. Now the other Avatar movie is coming out.
Oh, I can't wait.
You can't tell me you're not going to watch that in the movies.
If it's not also released like to a streaming subscription, which I don't believe it will be, then I'd watch it in the movies. But
you have to watch Avatar in the movies, bro.
But if they released it like on TV, I'd want to watch it in my house. When I first got like that Avatar 4K file, that's like fucking 60 gigs. I don't know why the fucking 4K files are always so fucking enormous. Well, I know why, but I used to play that movie for people on my television. Like when I first got a 4K TV, and people used to come over. I'd be like, come over here, come watch this. And I used to put Avatar on because it used to look so good.
Because it was the only movie that was released in 4K for like 2 years. Yeah, only movie that was true 4K was Avatar.
4K. I'm not saying I would like I'm against the movie theaters. I'm just saying that before I used to, I had a lot more value before we kind of lost it for a while, and then when I got back, I was like, oh, that's not really as great as I fucking like. It's not the place I once thought it was. If I didn't go back here, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Not saying I wouldn't go back to the movies or I hate the movies or anything like that, but I don't mind watching a movie at home.
Yeah, well, of course, I don't mind it either, but I do think that certain movies need to be seen in the theater if you can.
Yeah.
Like if you're able to, like I would suggest, like I saw the original Jurassic Park in the movie theater. That's something that is fire to see in the movie theater. Like something like Top Gun would probably be fire to see in a movie theater. Like something like, I would have even loved to see this Day Shift Jamie Foxx movie in the movie theater. The action is so crazy in that movie. There's car chase scenes, there's shootouts, there's sword fighting, there's everything. There's vampires, it's crazy. Bless you. So something with really dope action like that, or something with really immersive colors and a whole separate world like Avatar, the movie theater is where it's at. I saw the original Avatar in the movie theater.
I think I agree with you. Did you see all those? Fuck me. Excuse me. Speaking of like home theaters and shit like that, have you ever seen those fucking projectors, like the expensive ones?
Yeah,
Dude, you could spend $10,000 on a fucking projector.
I would never, unless I was a millionaire, I'm not spending 10 grand on a projector.
I wouldn't spend $10,000 on a projector unless I was very, very wealthy.
Yeah, if I'm a millionaire. If I'm rich enough to where I'll actually never have time to watch it, sure.
I watch like reviews on like projectors I can't afford. I watch like, I don't know if you ever heard of Linus's Tech Tips. He's like a very popular YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And they do like a bunch of stuff. But some of the stuff they do is tech reviews. And he's building his house right now, building another house. And he's like reviewing all the things that he's getting for his house. And dude, this projector that he reviewed is like, it's like a 4K projector. And one of the most impressive parts about it is how it performs in not like optimal lighting, because that's one of the things that affect like projectors. Like it's got to be dark in your room for that shit to look good. And some of this shit just looks so good, and it's hard to tell over video. But even when you go to the websites and you look at the companies like commercial for these things, it's like, damn, this shit looks amazing. Like it'd be fucking sick to have one of these in your house.
Yeah, I'm good with just a really fire ass TV. That's fine. Even just a good TV. I guess because I'm not a homeowner yet, you know, I still live in an apartment. So I do what I can in there without investing too much money. I'm like, I'm not putting speakers up in here. I can't run wires through the walls because then they're going to make me undo everything when I go to leave. They're not going to reimburse me for anything I do to this place. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just wait. Once I have my house, I'm sure I'll be much more into that kind of thing. Because, I'm an audio guy. I have, I'm into that shit.
But that's why I buy Sonos shit. And I don't know if anybody has an opinion on Sonos or whether it's, overpriced or whatever the case may be. But it's all wireless. Like my subs, my speakers, it's all wireless. It's, they all connect like via Wi-Fi.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I'm sure, like, from an audio perspective that I'm losing probably quality because it's Wi-Fi. I don't know. Maybe the technology. I mean, they are very well highly regarded in like the home audio world. Yeah.
And maybe the technology is there now where you can go wireless. People used to say that about wireless mice, right? I can't rock a wireless mice because I play a lot of FPS. I play a lot of first-person shooters, and I don't want the whatever latency of a wireless mouse. Nowadays, you can't tell the difference.
A wireless mouse or a wireless mic?
A wireless mouse.
Oh, all right. I mean, but I'm sure there's certain things that still are going to perform better if you have them plugged in. Like if you're using, I find it hard to believe that I'm sure there might be minute differences really from just a consumption point of view. Like if you're just sitting and watching a movie, not like performing something, I'm sure you won't see the difference with the wireless speakers, but it would almost be like how you understand that like a FireWire cable or an Ethernet cable is much more, is higher performing than Wi-Fi in terms of streaming, something like that. I'm sure that a wired set of speakers is going to be more efficient and sound better overall than Wi-Fi speakers.
So here's the thing, right? Speaker wires are kind of fucking barbaric, right? They haven't changed over the years. They're just fucking, they're wires. Like the ends might have changed, but they're essentially the same thing, right?
That isn't true. They've definitely improved over time.
Okay, so let's say they have improved over time.
Yeah.
When you look at like cables, right, and you look at like transfer rates, or this cable's faster than this cable, and you're talking about like watching a movie, right? You only need that movie to like buffer or render to the point that you're watching it. As long as it doesn't fall behind, then you never notice a difference. Now, if it begins to fall behind, you begin to lose quality, that's when you notice a difference. But so let's say you're on Wi-Fi and I'm hardwired. If your Wi-Fi is just fast enough to keep this like, going at HD or 4K or whatever the case may be, and you watch the whole movie in that good quality, and I'm hardwired, and my movie, like, essentially, I'll just use buffer for like the layman's terms, but like loads the whole movie. It's like I can't tell the difference, and you can't tell the difference. The only difference is maybe I could skip around my movie a lot more, but who's gonna do that? It's kind of like one of those things, I think. But the truth is, I don't know. Maybe I overpaid for a bunch of fucking speakers.
No, I'm sure that it's probably something just like what you're saying. Like, if we're not, recording or something like that, if I'm not mixing, like if I'm not sitting here mixing a song, like mixing a session and adjusting levels and EQing and putting compression on, like, I'm not going to notice either. There's not going to be a difference in performance, I'm sure. So they're probably just as good. But again, you're probably going to want a good Wi-Fi. Your Wi-Fi connection will probably have to be a little better than maybe the one that I have.
Yeah, you got to get that switch that Chris was talking about a couple weeks ago.
What's that?
Remember that switch that he was telling us about, that Cisco Catalyst? I think it was like a 9000 series or something like that. Remember that expensive $100,000 switch?
Oh, I'm thinking switch like something you flip. You're talking about switch the video game.
No, I'm talking still different. I'm talking about, so that box that your internet service provider gives you?
Yeah.
And it has like inputs on it, like Ethernet inputs?
Yes.
It's a router / switch.
Oh, okay.
A couple weeks ago we were talking
about making it a giveaway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get that fast internet. We're approaching the hour.
Jesus, really?
I know. Time flies when you're having fun. Is there any topics you wanted to discuss? I know we talked about the Marshawn Lynch thing. We talked about the Mar-a-Lago fucking raid. They don't want us to call it a raid. They want us to call it something else. We didn't talk about the recession and how they're redefining that. But anything you wanted to talk about this week?
Anything I want to talk about this week?
Before we,
I'm going to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You excited about that?
Yeah, I'm fucking hyped, bro.
Is there a shirt policy there?
Well, did I tell you the story when I went to see him the first time?
Did you take off your shirt?
Yeah, they gave me shit because I had no shirt on. I'm like, this is fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers, dude. Are you kidding me? These guys blew up for performing with socks on their dicks. That was how they got famous. Like, they would perform in clubs like that.
Were you half in the bag and you just took your shirt off?
Yeah, I had my shirt off. I was like, can't stop addicted to the shit, dick. I was going off. And a security guard comes over and he's like, hey, buddy. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you got to put your shirt on. I was like, what? And he's like, you got to put your shirt on. I said, it's the fucking Chili Peppers, bro.
As you're holding your 32-ounce beer.
And he's like, dude, he had like the most perfect dreads I ever seen. And he's like, dude, you got to put your shirt on. I was like, fucking no. I was like, I'm not. But my boy's like, yo, chill out. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not putting my fucking... Are you crazy? Put my shirt on? And the guy was just like,
how about you put my shirt? How about you put your shirt on?
Yeah. How about you take yours off, bro? And he was like, he just left. He just like walked away. He's like, I'm not even trying to do this. Like, people in the crowd are like, let him keep his shirt off.
They started chanting.
Yeah, they were like at my back.
Everybody started taking their shirts
I was
off.
like, this guy trying to make me put my shirt on.
He just ripped your shirt.
Yeah,
it's like, now I don't have a shirt.
Yeah, I was like, get out of here, man. Put my shirt on. I was like, this is the Chili Peppers, dude. Are you crazy?
That is so fucking funny.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, come on, dude. I said, this is the Chili Peppers. I said, look at the stage. None of them have clothes on. They each halfway through the show, they're like down to their drawers and shit like that, like just going nuts. You
know? They old? I don't know anything about fucking.
Now they're like in their 50s now, but they're still crushing. Yeah, they're crushing. They came out like they actually are a band that's been together for so long. I mean, they switched out the guitarist a couple times. Like Dave Navarro played with them for a little bit, but they got together in high school, Southern California. Whoa. Yeah, so they've been together for a long time, man. And yeah, same guys, man. Same guys. So they got together in like the late 80s, I think, really blew up in the 90s, and then just been rocking fucking since, man. They just dropped a new album.
What?
Yeah, I'm hoping that
they're still making music?
Yeah, bro. I'm hoping that they don't just play this new album. Because I listened to it and it's all right, but man, I want Californication. I want like all that suck my kiss. Like, that's what I want, bro. Like, I want that real classic Red Hot Chili Peppers, man. That's what I want.
When they do shows, is there like somebody that comes out, like a rap show? Like if you'll go see Jay-Z and then you'll have to sit through Beanie Siegel and the Young Gunners before Jay-Z comes out. Like, is there anybody who comes out before the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Like an opener?
Yeah, are there openers?
I'm sure there'll be an opener.
Think Missy Elliott's coming out there?
No. I don't know who the opener. They might have an opener. I mean, typically bands have an opener. A lot of times they're it's usually a big enough band when there's a big headliner. Like when I went to see Incubus, they had the Deftones, but they were also on the bill. Like you knew who it was going to be. Like a lot of times when it's a big headlining band, they'll usually have a fairly big opener. I believe it or not, I saw Yes and Toto, bro, and Toto was the opener. I thought Toto should have been the headliner, to be honest.
Who's Yes?
It's an old school,
Is that the
70s
people who do
band.
YMCA?
It's like no, that's the Village People.
All right.
Nah. But,
Yes, it's a youth program.
But I
right?
went there for Toto more so than Yes. I went there for Toto. They got that song Africa.
Yeah, I've heard. I don't really know them, but I've heard of them
Yeah.
at the very least.
Hold the line. Hold the line.
Oh, I know that song. Yeah.
Love isn't always on time.
Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got those tickets for free from a security guard I used to work with. He was like, hey, got these tickets from my buddy. He's like, he won them on a radio show. He's like, you want to go to this concert? I was like, who is it? He was like, Yes and Toto. I was like, I'm definitely there for Toto. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. And he just gave them to me.
Were they good seats?
Yeah, they were great seats at the Barclays.
Sick. What song does Yes sing? What's one of their popular ones?
I don't really know Yes that well.
Yes!
To be honest, I don't really know Yes that well. I went there for Toto.
Okay.
Toto's got some hits. You know Africa, right?
Yeah, it's the song that they sing at the end of that movie with Seth Rogen, right? When what's it called? What's she called? When the girl gets pregnant, what's it called?
Is it Knocked Up?
Knocked Up. It's the song they sing at the end of it.
Is it Down in Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I don't remember that scene, but yeah, that's the
I don't
song.
even think that's the song they sing actually at the end of that movie. But now that you sung it, I do know that song.
Yeah. It's a fucking hit, man.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought that was sung by an Australian band.
Oh, are you thinking of Down Under?
I don't fuck.
Oh, we come from a land down under.
No.
Oh, all right. Because that's a hit song, too. That's not by Toto. I think that's sung by, who's that?
I think
Mike?
it's a similar
Is that Mike and
cadence.
the Mechanics? I think something like that.
You gave me the same cadence.
Yeah, no, it was a good show, man. We went and saw Toto rocked, bro. So anyway, yeah. So I'm going to see the Peppers, and I'm probably gonna take my shirt off. So
Good. Well, it's good that you got this rock and tan.
hey, bro, tell me about it, son.
I'm hyped. I hope you don't get arrested or maced.
Nah, I don't think I will.
This isn't when the last time you seen them. It's a lot more of a sensitive climate out there.
Listen, man. If people want to cancel me for taking my shirt off at a rock concert, a Chili Peppers concert at that,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Get out of here, son.
It's the world we live in.
Did you see the documentary of Woodstock 99? Trainwreck?
No, I didn't see it.
You need to watch it.
I seen like the trailer or whatever.
The Chili Peppers performed there. Flea was ass naked. Whole shit swinging out while he's playing bass and shit. They're crazy, bro.
No, I didn't see it. I remember passing by it and my girl was like, oh, let's watch this. I was like, 99, fuck that. I was there in 69.
Yeah, bro, it was an incredible movie. That's hilarious, bro. Spaz, thank you so much for this. He said, remember when Weezer did an Africa cover that nobody asked for? Bro, I blocked Weezer from all streaming services
Who's
after that.
Weezer?
It's a band. And they did, they're actually a very popular band. And they did a cover of Africa for no reason. They just like released this version of Africa, and I was like, this is heresy. It was like what? This is one of the most classic songs ever recorded. Like, how dare you do a remake to this?
That's mad funny. No, I don't even know who the fuck Weezer is.
Weezer.
That sounds like a dude. Can you sing me one of their songs? What are their hit songs?
Yeah,
that sounds like
you'll
something
know
you
'em.
call an asthmatic kid when you're young.
Yeah, it's probably where it came from.
Yeah, they used to call him Bobby
They all
Weezer.
look here. Say it ain't so. Whoa, whoa. You know that song.
Maybe.
Buddy Holly. Probably know this song.
I listened to a lot of salsa and played a lot of RuneScape when I was a kid. I do know this song.
Yeah. So, and they did this dog shit. I'm actually going to play that dog shit version of Africa. That shit is booty, son.
Don't play more than 15 seconds of it or end up like our last podcast.
I wouldn't play more than 15 seconds of it because I'll kill us both.
This might sound insulting, but that shit sounds like the regular version of me. If you played that one, I'd be like, oh, I know this fucking song.
How dare you?
This is Toto.
How dare you? Absolutely not. This shit is doo-doo and
Now
booty.
the audience knows our delay.
Yeah, Beverly Hills and Island in the Sun. Yep. And it was god awful. That's right. It was god awful, and it was like you said. Nobody asked for that. Whoever said that was a good idea? Their engineer must have been like, no.
When are you going to that concert?
Tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
I thought you were going to say Saturday.
Nah, bro. Saturday's a big ass fight card.
Yeah.
Let's actually talk about that fight card real quick. I want to. Have you looked at the main card?
I haven't. I looked at this card when it was like first announced. I haven't looked at it since.
Bro, Tyson Pedro was fighting Harry Hunsucker. So that is going to be the craziest opener because Tyson Pedro is a killer. You know Tyson Pedro. He's that tall. He looks like an in-shape version of Tai Tuivasa. You know the guy with that also has those like Polynesian tattoos? Like,
Yeah, I know exactly who this dude is.
He's a savage. And then Jose Aldo is fighting that grappler from, I think he's from Long Island, this dude.
I can't believe this.
Or he
fucking fighting.
Yeah, not only, bro, he's only like
He's still
32.
competitive. He must have came in like Kobe. He was start when he was like 17.
And then Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold, he's going to kill Luke Rockhold.
Luke Rockhold's a 1,000% losing consciousness.
Luke Rockhold is never going to speak again.
Yeah, this dude would never eat a sandwich. I don't know why they keep giving that fucking dude fights, especially against fucking gorillas. You're gonna fight. Did you see Paulo Costa? First of all, they had to cancel this fight like twice because nobody was gonna fight because he wasn't gonna fucking make weight. I know they say whatever they say, like people their injuries, whatever. This guy's been a whole summer trying to get down to weight. Yeah. That's how fucking enormous he is.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense why he continues to fight at that weight, but what are you going to do?
And Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. You seen Leon Edwards talking about how Kamaru Usman's body's given up on him and he's been through too many wars and he don't believe that he's going to have he doesn't got it in him. He's not going to have it in him much longer. And listen, even if that's true, Leon Edwards is not the guy that's going to beat him. That's for fucking sure.
I don't know, man. Leon Edwards is a motherfucker, and you know they fought before.
This dude throws punches like he's got bricks in his hands.
But he's not. He's not going to knock Leon Edwards out. If he stands up and strikes with Leon Edwards, it goes 5 rounds.
I don't think he's going to stand up and strike. I think it's going to be up against the fence, clinch, dirty boxing, and I think that's how he's going to beat him. And I think up close like that, that's where he knocks him out. Those short fucking hard shots. Kamaru Usman is enormous. He hits hard. I honestly think that he's going to be the opposite. He's a bad pick for Leon Edwards. He's got excellent wrestling. He's got a good enough stand up to defend himself. And when he puts him up against that cage, start foot stomping him, he's not going to be able to get off of it.
But I also think people sleep on Leon Edwards, myself included. Leon Edwards is a bad man. He is a bad man, and he is very strong as well. He is a big, strong guy, and his kickboxing and his stand-up is next level elite. Like, I have slept on this guy in the past, and I have made it my job to go back and look at his fights. That dude is a motherfucker.
Yeah, and the truth is that he's had a lot of time off, a lot of time to recover. I love all those fighters from the UK.
Yeah,
I think those dudes are fucking super tough, super durable. But we're talking about Kamaru Usman here. This is a guy that if you asked me last year, I would have told you nobody's beating him.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. It's not that I see Leon Edwards winning; like, people are literally leaving. It's not that I see Leon Edwards winning, but I see Leon Edwards giving him a good fight. Yeah. It's gonna be a good fight.
I agree. Wrap it up, Jay.
That's what we got. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. If you're in this podcast right now, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit that notification bell so this way, every time we go live on this new Tuesday night, you guys will be notified. And you can check us out on audio versions on any audio platform where you can find podcasts. You will find the Masters and None podcast. Make sure you click the right one. The one with the Drunken Master in the logo, the black and white logo with the Drunken Master, not no other bullshit.
That
You know,
guy.
that's what we got. That's right.
Make sure I'm pointing at the right thing.
Where am I?
I don't know. The delay's too crazy.
It's this guy
It's
right,
that guy right
here.
there. There you go.
Make sure you
Boom.
find this guy or
That
that
guy.
guy back there.
Yeah.
That guy
Or
back
I should have
there.
just pointed at this fucking dude. That's it. Masters and None episode 116.
Episode 116 and 115 was taken down, guys. I apologize. Once we get our Patreon up and running, you guys will be able to go and check out the all the episodes that they take down. Appreciate y'all. That's it. We out.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma.